I have a son. He's 7 years old and he goes to first grade. I breastfed Jesse actually until he was 4.5. So I think in a lot of standards, many might not think that that's appropriate or traditional, but you know, it's said that you can go until a year, or via CDC, or World Health Organization says 2 years, and then there's a lot of other international countries that feel go until the child self-weans. I didn't do that because he probably would have never stopped, but that's okay. So yeah, 4.5 years, and my experience was better because I feel as though I walked into it knowing that I wanted to do it for long, and I didn't want any formula, so that made me a little more in the space of prioritizing breast milk only. So I originally stopped it when he was 3.5, and then we were in the middle of COVID and he wasn't old enough to get the vaccine. So I thought to myself, maybe I'll pump and resume for a bit of time just so that he can get some immune benefits, which worked out really well. I think just kind of starting off with maybe a short-term goal, because at first I thought to myself I just wanted to go a year and then kind of see where that goes. So that's one thing. Another thing is kind of enter it knowing that you're going to be tired in the first newborn stage. So that helped me a lot, because I feel like in that first newborn stage, you're thinking the baby's not drinking enough, and then coupled with being so exhausted, you're thinking maybe this is just not gonna work. And they usually send you the sample of formula. You know, I don't know how these companies find out that you're pregnant, but they send you a sample, and it kind of starts to feel tempting to just take a little break, and before you know it, your supply dips. So I would say just trying to put the baby at the breast every time they're hungry, and knowing that you're going to be tired. I think that helped me a lot, because it helped me know, just keep getting up, you know, it's going to get better. And you still can, of course, take a break after the baby's a month and pump for somebody to take over like one feed or so, but most of the feeds, I would say, is best to keep your supply up with the baby at the breast. It was interesting having my son after being a nurse, family partnership nurse for, I think I was in for maybe 5 years or so at that point. So I'd already seen a lot of moms get into the practice of falling asleep with the baby in the bed. And if those moms did end up breastfeeding, what I ended up noticing is that they'll be so exhausted and they'll want to finish, not because they're in pain, but because they want their body back. The baby got used to co-sleeping, which of course we know is not safe sleep, but I'm sure it stemmed from a space of exhaustion, right? So I kind of walked into it knowing I want to always breastfeed while I'm sitting up, whether it's daytime, in the middle of the night, 2 a.m. feed, I want to sit up, because then it'll always trigger me to get up and put the baby down in his bassinet on his back to sleep. Every baby is not the same, but I would say I really think it helped his patterns of expectation to know I always sleep in my bed. When I'm full, mommy puts me down, and then I as a mom, went to sleep too. So it was really helpful. The other thing that it helped me with is when I went back to work, he was pretty much sleeping through the night, and through the night is a very general term. I mean, it's like 10 to 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. So you still have to get up at 5 to feed the child, but at least I think that pattern of him getting used to always in his bed helped him get used to sleeping through the night a little sooner. But that's very individual, so I don't want to think that that's what their experience should be. Every baby's a little different. It's okay to be tired. It's okay to need help. And if at some point you need to use a little formula, that's okay too. It's perfectly normal. And also they can use the haka on one side if one breast has nipple pain, because everybody's experience is really different. But I always just kind of meet them where they are. You're doing a great job. Everybody in your family might not have breastfed as long term. It doesn't mean that you have to do differently. Stick to your goals. And you could always treat it as 1 month at a time. I got to the baby's first month of life, we did it. I got to the baby's second month of life, I did it. Even if nobody else celebrates you, maybe find a group of other people who can celebrate you. You might not know how long you'll go, because I started off thinking it was a year, but just enjoy the process, because now I miss it. So just enjoy it, and just enjoy whatever portion of breastfeeding you can do.